So you've made a big investment in clean energy with a solar array that's meant to last for, what, 25 years? That's fantastic. But here's a scary thought. What if the very thing you trust to protect it from lightning is actually its biggest weakness? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a super common mistake that can turn protection into a direct threat to your whole system.
And hey, that's not an exaggeration. A properly protected system can literally shrug off a nearby lightning strike. But the gap between protected and properly protected is absolutely massive. It's the difference between a little flicker and a total catastrophic failure. So, what's the big secret?
And this is the real heart of what we're talking about today. See, it's not about if you have surge protection. It's all about how it's installed. If you get this part wrong, that device you paid good money for to keep you safe, it could become the very thing that fries your entire system.
All right, let's dive right into the biggest myth out there, what I like to call the plug-and-play fallacy. It's this idea that you can just, slap a surge protector on your system and call it a day. But this approach, it doesn't just fail, it actually creates a really dangerous illusion of safety.
I love this term, safety theater. It's perfect. It's the illusion of being protected without the reality of it. It's kind of like wearing a plastic costume helmet in a real car race. Yeah, you feel safe, but when disaster actually strikes, that feeling means absolutely nothing. And in the world of solar, safety theater can have some really expensive and even dangerous consequences.
So this slide gets to our first major myth. A surge protection device, or SPD, isn't some magic box you just plug in. Think of it more like one key player on a team. If it's not perfectly sized and coordinated with the other players on the field, we're talking your fuses and breakers, it's going to fail the second that massive surge of energy hits. It's a team effort, or it's just nothing.
And here's a really critical one. A lot of people assume an SPD is basically a fire prevention tool. And while it helps, the hard reality is that an improperly installed or a failed SPD can become a fire hazard itself. When it gets overwhelmed, it can go into thermal overload, creating intense heat right where you really don't want it.
Now this might be the most shocking myth of them all. It's not just what you install, it's where. I mean, a few extra inches of wire seems totally harmless, right? Wrong. In the incredibly fast world of a lightning surge, that tiny extra distance creates enough electrical back pressure to make your fancy protection device completely useless. So, if these are the myths, what's the reality? Well, that brings us to the solution. So if we want to get past all that safety theater, we have to focus on these 3 pillars of real protection: sizing, placement, and grounding. Get these 3 things right, and you've got a system that is truly ready for whatever nature throws at it. So let's break them down, one by one.
First up, we've got sizing. And it all comes down to this one number, the voltage protection level, or UP. The best way to think of it is like a bouncer at a nightclub. It's the SPD's job to block the really big, rowdy troublemakers, that's the high voltage, but it's always going to let a little bit of energy sneak past. The UP number tells you exactly how big of a troublemaker it'll let in the door.
Okay, so here's the crucial point. You have to know what your equipment can actually handle. Let's say your inverter can only take a 1,000-volt hit, but your SPD's UP is 1,500 volts. Well, that bouncer is letting in a problem that is guaranteed to wreck the entire place. The SPD's protection level absolutely must be lower than your inverter's damage threshold. No exceptions.
Next up is placement. And this is all about fighting something called lead inductance. Don't worry about the term, just think of it as electrical back pressure. When a huge lightning surge tries to escape through your SPD, the wire length literally fights back. The longer the wire, the more back pressure it creates. And that back pressure? It's a disaster. It essentially jacks up the voltage that your inverter sees, forcing all that damaging energy to find an easier path. And guess what? That easier path is often right through the sensitive electronics you're trying to protect. This is why placement is totally non-negotiable. Closer is always better. We are talking inches here, not feet.
And finally, we get to grounding. So, if the SPD is the bouncer who throws the troublemaker out the door, the grounding system is the clear, wide street they use to get off the property. It's the designated escape route, designed to safely carry all that dangerous energy away from your system and dump it harmlessly into the earth.
And this slide just illustrates brilliantly what happens when that exit path is blocked, or too small, or just not there at all. You get absolute chaos. That massive amount of energy has nowhere to go, so it just starts arcing between components, jumping across circuits, and basically destroying everything in its path. A good ground isn't just a wire, it is the most critical safety valve in the entire system.
Okay, so we've got the theory down, right? Sizing, placement, and grounding. Now let's see how a pro actually puts this into practice. And just to be clear, this isn't a DIY guide, but understanding the steps is so key to knowing if your system is actually set up for real safety.
You know, a professional installation, it follows a very precise order. First, they assess the risk. They get to know the exact voltage limits of all your gear. Then, they put protection on both sides of the inverter, the DC side, which has the direct current from your panels, and the AC side with the alternating current going to your house. Notice how that flow just mirrors the path of the energy? Then comes the critical grounding connection, giving all that energy its escape route. And that final check for tight connections? That's not just cleanup, it's what stops the system from creating its own fire hazard. See? It's not just a checklist, it's a logical sequence for safety.
Okay, let's bring this all home. As a system owner, you need a simple way to cut through all the jargon and know if you're actually safe. So this final checklist boils everything we've talked about down to the 5 critical questions you need to be asking.
So ask yourself this. Are there SPDs on both the DC side from your panels and the AC side to your house? Is that U-clamping voltage definitely lower than what your inverter can handle? Are the connection wires as short as humanly possible? Is that ground wire actually sized to handle a massive surge? And finally, are all the connections tight? Answering yes to all 5 of these, that's the difference between real safety and some very, very expensive safety theater.
Because ultimately, it all comes down to this. You've invested in 25 years of clean energy. It is absolutely worth taking a moment to make sure the protection for that investment is built on solid electrical principles, not just on appearances. And now, you have the knowledge to tell the difference.